morning, ma'am. My name is Uday Bhatt from class 9th A, Global Public School, Kota.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Tanuj Vijay. I'm from class 9th A, Global Public School, Kota.
All right, I have candidates with me who are Uday Bhatt, candidate A, your serial number is 14A from Kota, and candidate B, Tanuj Vijay from 9th A, and your serial number is 14B. Candidate A, how long have you been in this school?
I've been here for 5 years.
Okay, and may I know which are your favorite subjects and why?
I like science a lot, and I'm gonna opt that for class 11th, and I want to be an IITian.
All right, candidate B, which is your favorite time to study and why?
It's the night time because there is no vehicle noise and there is no noise to distract me from my studies.
All right, and what do you like to do on your weekends?
I like hanging out with my friends and especially I watch Vampire Diaries.
All right. Now, candidate A and B, you were given some topics beforehand. I would like candidate A to begin the presentation now, and once you're done, candidate B will ask you some questions. Would you like to begin, please?
Yes, ma'am. My topic was Swachhata Drive, who is responsible. Well, according to me, any person, any Indian citizen who has some moral values and knows civil ethics will know that it is his own responsibility. It is not about the people, the famous people of this country and all the buzz going all around, but every Indian citizen. Now, it was declared on 2nd October 2014 by the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, and he himself swept a parking lot. And he also recommended some famous celebrities and they also contributed towards it. Now, the thing is, I'm seeing in my own city that many people are coming outside their houses, cleaning the roads and swiping the areas. Now, it is the kind of attitude and devotion that is needed towards the country. Now, I think that it is a very great step towards the development of the country, but it cannot be accomplished without, the support of the people. So, all I want to say is that to make it a successful operation, people should support it and give it its importance. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Candidate B, please ask a question.
My question is, what steps will you take to grow awareness among the people to help in this movement?
Well, according to me, awareness is very important as it is a mass movement. The more the people, it is better. So to generate awareness, we can use radios and taking out rallies at the schools are also promoting this. So it will be better for us to have more people with us. Thank you.
All right, I have a question for you now. Like as you are saying, it's a good mission and India needs it at the moment right now. Do you think you're going to meet some skeptics on the way? There are some people who are going to say what good it is. So how are you going to deal with them?
Now, what I think is that I should make them realize that it is for their own betterment. Now, we all discuss with each other that we need our neighborhoods to be clean and a peaceful place. But if we ourselves are not doing anything towards it, so what is the use? There is a saying that no pain, no gain. So I should make them realize and, tell them that it is important for you also. So you should also contribute in it. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate A. Now, candidate B, I would like you to state your topic now. And once you're done, candidate A will ask you some questions on it. Would you like to begin, please?
Yes, ma'am. My topic is science destroying nature. Man has evolved over time, and so does science. Science has played a very crucial role in our lives for decades. It has replaced man to machines. Science and technology had made our life easy and comfortable. Today, we have everything because of science. We are all aware of advantages of science, but what about the disadvantages? The disadvantages are people are cutting trees and clearing forests in need of land for building skyscrapers, malls and shopping complexes. But this activity can lead to deforestation. Not only deforestation, humans should think that they are destroying the natural habitat and the home of animals. Another example is day by day industries are releasing chemical waste into water bodies. This can lead to water pollution. On oil spills are also main cause for water pollution. Oil spills and these chemicals can can pollute water bodies and they can also harm our marine life. Today we have number of vehicles in the world, luxury cars, expensive bikes with features in it. But these cars and bikes and release harmful gases from their silencers, which can cause air pollution. Not only air pollution, it can also harm our human health and cause diseases like asthma. At last, I want to say that if excessive use of science and nature, science and technology will be not stopped, one day our natural resources will be finished from this planet. In short, we humans are destroying our mother nature.
All right. Candidate A, would you like to ask him a question now?
Yes, ma'am. As you told that the advantages and disadvantages of science, we can conclude that science is a necessary evil. So, do you think there is a need of a balance to be kept between science and nature?
Yeah, there should be a balance. People are cutting trees, so they should plant a tree in exchange. So there will be a balance in nature, and deforestation will be reduced.
All right, you're saying that science is just destroying nature.
Yes.
So, in what way is it harming you? Can you just cite some examples?
Nowadays, people are injecting chemicals into fruits and vegetables for making them of good quality, but they are these chemicals are harmful for human health. They can cause diseases like paralysis. I think that these chemicals must be stopped and banned by government.
Thank you, candidate B. Let's move to the third stage of your test, which is like problem-solving task. I have a prompt for you. I will read it out to you, and once I'm done, you will read it out and come up with your solution and discuss the solution together. Your prompt is, many of your classmates do not bring their books to school and disturb others during class. Discuss with your partner why they behave in this way and what can be done to resolve the problem.
Prompt number 6. Many of your classmates do not bring their books to class and disturb others during class. Discuss with your partner why they behave in this way and what can be done to resolve the problem. Well, according to me, these kind of students are not focused and have not decided their goals. They can be very easily misled with bad company or any other reason. What we can do is not to punish them or scold them, but to make them realize that it is for their own betterment. We have to make them understand their responsibilities, as now they are children, but when they'll grow up, their parents will be a liability to them. So they have to feed themselves and their family. So it is better that they, understand their responsibilities and start studying.
According to me, these students are those who do not care about their studies. They just chilling out and thinking that we will pass out the exams. Actually, they are wasting their time and money. I think that punishment is not the only way to every solution to every problem, but we should make these students realize that they are misguided, and we should make them realize their guilt in front of whole class, so it would be easier and faster way to make them realize.
All right. Do you think involving the parents of these children who are actually notorious and do not pay attention and disturb the classes, do you think involving their parents would be a good idea?
Well, when we are starting this, it is the major responsibility of the teacher to make them understand and their classmates to inspire them and motivate them. Well, if the students are not still listening, as we know, parents are the guardians of the children. They know them very good. So we can tell them that your child is not concentrating, but we should also tell them this, that punishment will not give you the solution to this problem. You should motivate them. This is the only solution.
I think parents should be involved, because parents know their child better than the teachers, and parents can motivate their child in a good way, and without giving punishment, the child will be this problem will be resolved.
All right. So we have reached a solution, right? Can you say the solution now?
Yes, we both think that punishment is not the solution.
Yes, punishment is not the only solution.
We should make them realize and motivate them.
Thank you, children. This is the end of your test. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.